Strike a Chord podcast. Music chit chat with your hosts Valentina Gikowski and Amla Piriakaba. Welcome to Strike a Chord, and on this episode we have the beautiful Aylin Eser, fantastic singer, artist. Aylin, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. Music, singing, where did it all start? Why did you do it? What was the premise? How did it start? Was it something that you had in you already, or something that evolved in you? How did it all start?
Yeah, I think it just came naturally to me from a really young age. Like as a toddler, I would just sing away, apparently, according to my parents. So I just always had music around. My dad would always sing. My grandma would come over and we'd all sing together.
And they would sing Turkish,
classical,
Turkish songs, classical
yeah.
songs.
And so, and like the lyrics to those songs are really beautiful. So I guess
they're very
I
profound.
don't know, I just developed a real love for just music and words and poetry and like singing, all of it.
The connection.
Yes,
you had that connection.
yes. And it was just all the, they were the good times when people would just come together and sing. Like there's the happiest moments.
I know about
so
that.
I guess, like that's why music has a special place in my heart.
And that's how you're brought up, and it affects not only your musical journey, but your everyday life, your day-to-day life.
Definitely.
These things, there's inspiration every day, and there are inspiration in many, many things. And when you do your day-to-day things, and you probably have a song in your head, or you have a memory in your head while you're doing things, you think, geez, that was a good day, or that's a good song.
That's right.
These lyrics are good, but you're doing something mundane.
Yes.
Does that often happen with you?
Yes, definitely. Like I'm music's around me at all times, no matter what I'm doing at home, if I'm cooking or in the car or whatever I'm doing. Music's a part of my life, basically.
And that's something that brings joy, I think, to every musician, I think.
Yeah.
But on the other scale, does it stress you out every now and then, especially when you're writing, producing, and you're performing? How does that give you that?
It's not a negative stress. It's more like a growth, like a so say I've got a gig coming up or whatever, there'll be a nervousness and a little bit of like
butterflies.
Yeah, a bit of butterflies. I wouldn't call it anxiety or anything, but just like a little bit of, and every time you go through that, you grow. So you learn something, or like it adds to your life, basically. So I wouldn't call it a stress, but I'd call it a positive growth.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I guess what I've started to realize as well with the nervousness, it's good to have that little bit of energy to
that's right,
to I guess make it come more alive, because it could be the opposite. You could be a bit like like indifferent, which I've been there before, and then that's not great either. So that little bit of nervousness can really
it actually makes your performance better, because you care so much in that moment that you want it to be really good. So
and then you got to be careful that it doesn't overtake you as well. Sometimes it becomes really nervous if you're doing a bigger show. If you're doing if you're a bit unsure of the pieces that you're playing or you're singing or whatever you're doing on stage, and it'll overwhelm you.
Yes.
And it'll overtake, and you'll just feel so powerless to do anything,
I think that's where the music comes in. Like as soon as I hear the music start, I kind of let go to it. So surrender to it. So up until that moment, there's that little bit of nervousness. And then as soon as you kind of hear it and then you start like singing, it's like you just let go.
Yeah.
And you have to trust that the rest will flow, basically.
Yeah, finesse the flow.
Finesse the flow.
Yeah.
On the singing note, no pun intended there. When did you say? When did you first perform live? Either in a group or as when was your first
I'm just
live
trying to
performance?
think. Probably in my early 20s. Yeah.
That's quite late.
Yeah, live, because I was very shy growing up. So I was one of those bedroom performers where I'd go to my room and just like, belt out some tunes. But no one at school really knew that I sang.
Yeah.
So
you'd
I was
be
so
singing the familiar pop, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion,
Celine
and all
Dion, Mariah Carey, Whitney
Yeah.
Houston. They were my top three.
Oh,
I
look,
just
they're
go.
pretty great.
I will
the-
always love you was always in there somewhere at some point. Yeah.
Did you reach the 110 octaves like Mariah Carey? No.
Did you want to
Yeah.
dance with somebody?
Yeah, always. Still do. No, yeah.
You're full of puns today.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
But yeah, so you started when you were 20 and
Yeah, as in live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in a choir and that's how I started live performing. I'm just trying to think. No, I really didn't perform live before that.
actually,
Like I was in choirs in primary school and stuff, but
Yeah.
not solo. I didn't perform solo, if that makes sense.
being a choir is very interesting.
Yes.
A very different dynamic.
Yeah.
How did you find that? Because you got
Um.
a lot of voices. There's no instruments. Your voice is your instrument. Really?
Yeah.
How'd you
No,
find
I
that?
found it to be quite good. I didn't like it's different, obviously. You're kind of going along with, like you don't want to outshine it, the
Yeah,
choir.
but
You
you're,
gotta
you're
sing
under
with
a-
the
a
choir.
delegate,
Yeah.
like you're getting delegated. Really,
That's
you're getting,
right,
There's
yeah.
there's a conductor.
So-
There's a person at the front. Yeah,
Yeah.
with choirs.
But it's actually really nice to sing in a group as well. The energy,
Yep.
like the vibration, like when you're all singing in one voice,
That's
there's something
beautiful.
about that. It's very uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the goosebumps.
That's
you get
right.
Get the chills.
I miss
Yeah,
it
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I really
And all
I
the
used to
harmonies, right? All the different
Yeah.
voices.
Oh, yeah.
Did
like-
have you done choir?
I did. I was singing in the MSO chorus for quite a few years.
Oh, really?
wow.
Yeah, and that really
Oh.
that actually helped my
Oh, wow.
overall musicianship and my breath control with flute. But the
Mm.
commitment was like you had to attend 80% of concerts and rehearsals,
Okay.
and it was almost like every day. It was amazing
Oh,
though.
every day.
If
Yeah.
you have
That would've
time, I
been a good
highly recommend.
experience.
Hmm?
That would have been a great
Yeah,
experience.
and they make you re-audition every 2 years, which I quite liked as well.
Ah.
But it's
That's good.
gorgeous, and you get to
Mm.
sing with the orchestra. So it's
Oh,
really
That's-
cool.
wow.
that's good.
That's really
Yeah.
good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
There's a light on the choirs. Like
Yeah.
some people think, oh, the choir it's just a little bit of a hobby.
No.
No, it's not.
No, I used to
it's
actually,
not.
I used to actually feel like it was a therapy session.
It
Like I
really
would
is,
leave
yeah.
on the biggest high. So Thursday was my night. So I'd drive, and I was really like, this is dedication because I was working in Nidri at the time. I'd drive, and my mum was in the choir too. It was
Oh.
Turkish classical. So it was like something we did together,
Yeah.
which was really cute. So I'd drive from Nidri back to Templestowe, pick up my mum, drive back to Broadmeadows where it was.
Oh, jeez.
Have our choir session and then drive back to Templestowe every Thursday.
Commitment.
Yeah.
That's commitment. But it's good. You're doing it for.
Oh, you
the
love
love
it,
of
Yeah, yeah.
obviously.
But
for
I
love.
wanted to. Like it was just
Yeah.
amazing.
It's
Yeah.
different when you want to than when you have to, right?
That's
It really,
right.
it's
Oh,
like-
big difference. Yeah.
But with that, did it change your approach to when you went and started singing live and started singing on your own?
Yeah. I mean, I think it taught me a lot. Yeah. But just even without like actually being taught, it just strengthened my voice because I
Mm.
was doing it regularly.
Yeah.
So
Was there any
Yeah.
techniques that you found that was an improvement, or did you find just improvement as a whole, like even interacting with different people? Because you said
yeah.
you sang in choirs before you went doing live and
yeah,
bands.
I sang in my primary school choir as well.
So did
Yeah.
that? I'm trying to see how it all transitions into the bands that you have and that you sing with today.
Yeah.
Was that a journey that you thought it was a development of like singing with people in a choir? You got other people there, you're not by yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So did that
definitely
help?
gave
Did
me.
that-
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It really did.
It's a different dynamic when you're by yourself. And
That's
when you're-
right.
when
And it
you're-
also added, because it was Turkish classical, I find that like the way I use my vibrato and stuff is
Mm,
different for Western music, and
Yeah.
people find it
Yeah.
quite unique,
Yeah,
if that makes
you
sense.
got the microtonal sort of.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like I'm
the
not.
trills and
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Now, like with the projects you have now,
Yeah.
what's the most exciting thing that's happening at the moment for you?
So I've got some new releases on Spotify at the moment.
Which I
So
listen to?
Yeah, me
Thank
too.
you.
It's,
Yes.
beautiful
Tribe of
message
Colours.
as well.
Oh, thank you.
really
Tribe of
good.
Yeah.
Colours.
Yeah.
that was kind of my aim when I started writing my lyrics. I really wanted music to uplift.
Mm.
So when I listen to the radio sometimes, I'm very like I care about the lyrics a lot.
Yep.
So if there's lyrics that I don't like in a song, I'll just change it because
Okay,
I
to that extent.
I find that
Jeez.
it really affects me emotionally, and I'm sure it does for others as well, but maybe they're not even aware of it. I'm not quite sure how it works, but because I'm someone that really listens to lyrics, like it just I just changed the radio station.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's something where for me it's the music, it's the opposite.
Okay. Oh yeah. I'm both actually, I have to say.
Yeah, but you're more you're listening to the lyrics is I don't have a clue of what the lyrics are.
Yeah. A lot,
so
yeah,
you're more
like
evolved into that. Like if it's the music, I'll listen to everything of the music and I'll analyze every little note and every little thing, but I can't even remember lyrics to save my life.
But some music as well, I find that it really drops your vibration. Like it's on a certain, like how all the hertz.
I think it depends on what vibration, what frequency you're vibrating on.
Oh, well, that too, maybe.
Because I know there are some people that they go through some hardships and the music they listen to is quite depressing. So I think they vibrate on that level.
That's what
their
they're
intention.
They're resonating with that. Yeah.
So you're choosing not to go there. You're choosing to go here.
That's true.
It's a good thing.
It's very, very true. And I just found that I don't know, at one stage of my life when I started writing the lyrics, I found that there was a lot of depressing, sad songs out there. I think 90% when you compare the happy songs to the sad songs, there's way more sad songs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want people to, like, when they hear my song, to like go about their day happy. Like I want it to kind of give them like a boost.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's an energy boost.
Yeah.
It's interesting you're bringing this up. I forgot the name of this interviewer. He's like a musician, and he found a song. He does like a lot of critiques on songs, and he was talking about exactly what you were saying, how this song, the lyrics were terrible and didn't align at all. And he goes, but people love this song. It's number one at the moment. And just all these things. And then he compared it to, he started analyzing he grabbed a song from John Lennon and then he said, look at the lyrics. You don't even need to sing it. You could just speak it and it's still musical.
It's still
He was just
beautiful.
comparing, but you forget, like you can get, and I'm the same. I listen to the music. I'm only starting to hear lyrics more now.
Wow.
And maybe subconsciously it could be bringing our vibration.
It really is. It's all sinking in. Subconsciously, it affects us.
Yeah.
And I think, do you guys find that when you listen to a song of a different language, I feel that sometimes some languages really flow with lyrics and really flow, and some other languages for me don't.
Yeah, okay. I find Spanish like I could just that whole language is just flowing.
Of course, yes.
Turkish flows as well.
Oh, Turkish.
And the Serbian,
definitely.
and the Serbian music and the Serbian language
I need
just
to listen
flows.
to
I'm not too
Serbian.
familiar with Serbian.
Me too.
Whereas the Macedonian language, it's all right, but it doesn't flow like that. It's like it's a different language altogether.
Yeah.
But you put it in the same melody, it just doesn't go. It's and that's what I find. Sometimes the lyrics are easier when you do it in a language. Like English is, but even
English doesn't always
fit. So you got to work on what.
That's right.
You get to get the thesaurus out and replace words with words.
Yep, that's right.
I just feel like Turkish and Spanish, particularly those two languages. I haven't listened to a heap of music from different cultures, but I feel like you could say anything in those languages and it flows. You know.
Okay, that's nice to hear.
But what I think as well is the actual words, you can separate them and put them into a musical phrase as well, and that helps with the. I think with the actual input of within the music itself. Sometimes you can extend a word. And it doesn't really sound like you're extending the word. You're just putting in a trill or you're putting in something in there, and you're making it very musically. Yes. Of course, the Spanish also have it. The Serbs have it. We have it as well. But it's not. It's not. A one size fits all when you're doing lyrics in regards to languages, because I can listen to all sorts of different music and I can feel that it's resonating, or it's like it's hitting some sort of frequency.
Yes. It's touching you.
Yeah. Even though you don't know the language. And
I love that feeling.
This is where the magic is.
Music is an international language. I love that about music. It's so powerful.
And this is where the actual music, the melody actually is very important to the lyrics, because that's where it all comes together. And this is where you think, this is a good song. but I don't know. I can't understand it, but this is a good song.
Yeah.
You know, it might be about killing your neighbor. We don't know. But it sounds so good.
Yeah, I had that experience. I was like, I really like this song. And then it was Jimena, my friend. She goes, no, the lyrics, no.
Yeah,
The music was good. It tricked me. It tricked me.
Yeah, but that's where the I suppose where the artistry comes in.
Yes, definitely.
Where, you know, you've got that language, you know, the English language. It's not an easy language, but you know, for the most part, you can put in the chorus, verse, and put things together and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's where as I said before, that's where the artistry comes in.
Definitely.
So with your later songs, for example,
mm-hmm.
I find that there's a bit of a country influence in there. You know,
yeah, I hear that
the melody, and there's
with Dancing Shoes. Is that what you
no,
said?
no. With
Tribe of Many Colors. Yes, I like a folky sort of.
Yeah, folky, but it's got a bit of that country, American country sort of thing in there, and you got a bit of the horn section. Everything is really well produced. Both tracks are really well produced. Who did the? I'm going to ask because I've got a soft spot for the arrangements. Who arranged them? Who musically arranged them?
Will Larson is a friend and producer who I work with. So we met in end of 2009, and we've been working together ever since, and we've written over 30 songs.
Fantastic
together.
They sound great. The production is really good.
Thank you. I'll let him know. He'll listen anyway. So he we just met randomly, or you know, if you believe in coincidences. Synchronicity.
Synchronicity, that's what
yeah. So we met at one of my old workplaces when I was singing in the Turkish choir, and he found out that I was a singer, and so he said, "Would you like to work with me? Like, I'd like to hear your voice." And so we ended up working together for all those years. Yep. So
really, really well produced, and I think he knows now how to produce for you, because there's an art in that too. You know,
he knows my voice really well. So
not only that, he probably knows your personality as well.
Yeah,
because that counts for a lot.
Yeah,
you know, the personality of a person counts for how you're gonna produce them.
That's right.
And he's done a really, really good job.
Yeah,
he's got some really good stuff going on there, and credit to him and to yourself.
Oh, thank you.
How do you feel about the new single?
Yeah, I love our music. I don't know, like I just so the way we wrote, the first song we wrote was in 2010. So I wrote a poem actually, Gypsy. So I sent that one to you as well.
I heard it. Yeah, too. That's a great track.
Yeah, thank you. So I wrote the lyrics to that as a poem first, and then sent it to him, and then he said, "Okay, I'm going to write a song to this, like music to this." So that's how we wrote that one. But everything else since has been Will's written the music first, and then I've written the lyrics on top.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So usually I think most of the time it works the other way around, but
I think it works either.
Yeah.
Either.
So
sometimes like that.
We make it work, but I don't know if it's like intuitive or whatever it is, but whatever he sends me and I write the lyrics, he's like, well, that's pretty much along the lines of what I was thinking. So kind of we work in sync like that.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
Yeah. And things happen.
Yeah.
Magic happens.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
It's good when that connection happens.
Yeah.
Especially when you're when it's creatively happening.
Yes. It's so
rewarding.
It's like,
rewarding.
I don't know what it is. Like it's just
I guess you're raising each other's energy.
That's
as
right.
well, you're creating music together.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're coming up with this piece.
Yeah.
You know, it's a unique piece that no one else has come up with. And
that's right.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this
is creative baby.
Yeah.
and this is where you actually treasure those little things, and this is why sometimes when people I'm going to go down the path, take other people's music and do things with it.
Yes.
This is where the thing is that not a lot of people care about their music, but it's their creation, it's their thing.
Yeah.
If you do it and you do another version of it and you do it justice and it's good, well, it's going to be happy. But if you're going to do it and chop it up and make mincemeat out of it, you're not going to be happy.
No.
Right? So
No, and
right.
we've all seen examples of
Yeah,
both.
especially lately. Have you noticed how many old songs are being like?
It's because the old songs are the
remixed.
classics, and people aren't able to create new songs with that
No.
but
vibe.
it's been happening for the last 10 to 20 years. You know
Yeah,
that.
but yeah,
I think
of
right
course.
now,
but
like you're
right
saying,
now, like the last
there's
5
every-
years, I feel like even more so.
Yeah. But some of
Yeah.
those tracks are really good, and people want to I think
Relive them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think the artists would like to play them, and they want to do something good with them.
Right.
And I think there's no bad intention around it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just that
No.
they
Yeah.
love playing. I like playing covers. Everyone likes playing
Oh,
covers.
look,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And this is where you think, oh, what can I do to make this a bit
Yeah,
my sort
spruce
of
it up a bit.
yeah, or put my little
add
stamp
my
on it,
little
you know?
signature to it. Yeah,
and not that everyone's gonna probably like it, but you know.
I've just noticed, I'm going to have a little moan here. I've noticed
Go
the
for it.
last few that have been on commercial radio, they've just added a backbeat to it. Doom, 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 doom,
Yeah.
doom. I'm not going to name songs, but
No.
I feel like they've
I know what you
destroyed
mean,
some
yes.
classics there, and they should have just kept the
I agree.
original. It's almost a lazy way of, they just add a beat where you can dance to it and it's
That's
a hit.
because
And they changed the lyrics around slightly as well.
Yeah.
that's because I want to play them at big festivals.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want the dance track.
And revenue.
Yeah, and revenue. Yeah. I mean, look, but you
Yeah.
know, they actually they need to pay the original
Yeah.
artist as well. So the original artist gets something.
And they
Yeah.
would have to agree to it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
look, there are some they've done really good. They've redone
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And they've redone them. I find that some of these rock or American pop sort of songs, when they do them in a Latin feel, I feel that they just flow in and it just happens. And a lot of them they've done really good, you know?
Yeah.
Like and some of them have that sort of like influence, that Latin influence as well, like Smooth Operator. I've heard it
Yeah.
play in a big salsa band and they've smashed it.
Wow.
They've done really, really good work, you know? And
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a classic.
And that's a classic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even I play it. Yeah, I think it's
a
one
great
of,
song.
one of the best
yeah.
songs.
Oh,
God.
And
She's
she's just
one of my
Sade's-
favorites.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even to this day, her voice hasn't changed and her look hasn't changed.
Oh, she's
Yeah, wow.
amazing.
She looks like she looked like 30 years ago,
Wow.
and she sings like that too.
I was going to
Yeah.
say something. I mean, I'm black, don't crack.
Love it.
wow.
Well, there's another saying, but I won't say it. Yeah, but
dear.
yeah, she's amazing. Like it's that. I think it's something that you have in you as well.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
if you keep on doing what you're doing, and you're gonna get stronger and
Yeah.
stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think that's what a lot of artists are doing.
Yeah.
Like I even noticed a lot of the old bands, they're coming back. Well, whoever's live, who's alive, who's still living,
yes, yes.
they're coming back and they're doing reunion tours, and they're
Yeah.
doing all these things, and people are wanting to go and see them.
I don't want to
Yeah.
relive those moments.
Yeah,
I
well,
know,
from
yeah.
our generation older, they all want to relive the moments. But
Yeah.
even the younger generation, they're seeing something that, oh, okay, this is what you listen to. Well, this is pretty cool.
Mm.
You know, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you go and watch this, and then you see the younger crowd going and watch these, you know, the Eagles or someone who come, or Toto, and you know, like come and watch them and think, oh, I haven't heard of these ones before. And, well, you go check the back catalogue in your garage, in your dad's garage.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I think it's all good that it's all coming back.
Yeah.
We grew up with it. We're used to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. I guess since we're talking about creating songs and everything, I'm going to jump to what you were saying earlier about multifaceted in the arts. So you also create
Yes.
artworks.
Yes. So
And you had an exhibition recently.
yes, it just ended on Sunday.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Having an exhibition is a
Group
it
exhibition.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's a big
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank
yeah,
you.
your artwork's there for everyone to.
Yeah. So this was just a very spontaneous thing for me. So I've always been into art, and I've drawn and dabbled in art here and there, but like never shared it with the world or anything. And then when lockdown hit, it was like really drawn. Something in me was like, go and get a canvas and paint. And so I started, and then I couldn't stop. I was just incessantly painting, like obsessively painting. And yeah, so I've started in, I think, March, like when the lockdown happened. I pretty much started straight away, or within like 2 weeks of it. And then by April, I started sharing on Instagram what I was producing every day. I was like, yeah. And then by July, I think I sold my first piece. So I was just like
fantastic,
really thrilled with that.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting to. I just put them up on a website that I sometimes sell through. And and then just happened. So it was really cool.
That's beautiful.
It's all about the good intention, right?
Yeah.
When you have good intentions,
then I went
good things happen.
and had a duo exhibition. My aunt is also an artist, so we had one together.
Oh,
fantastic.
Which was really nice.
Yeah.
Like just because it's in the family as well. Like my granddad was quite good at art as well, so very creative. So yeah, it was just nice to kind of have that first big exhibition as a family one. Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, it's something that again, it connects like music, right? It's all art.
That's right.
But when you're doing your art and you're actually doing your paintings, what thoughts go through your head, or do you just you're not
actually
on this?
No thoughts go through my head. That's the beauty. That's the sweet spot where you just like shut off your mind and you just go with whatever you're feeling in that moment. You know, I don't plan anything.
Fantastic.
Not with like same with the writing the lyrics as well as painting. Like I'm either listening to the music or looking at the canvas, and just whatever colors or whatever words come to me in that moment, I just go with it. It's like a full trust of the process, and you just know something's going to come out at the end of it, you know, and it's like a little journey. You go through a little tunnel. Yeah. And at the end of the tunnel, you know that you look back and you've created something.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you're improvising.
That's right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. You're letting go to that flow.
Yeah, that flow I was about to say.
Finessing the flow.
Finessing the flow.
Yeah.
We're going to get you on again for the third time.
Yeah. So I just really love that process. I think that's the part. Once you taste that, you can't go back. Like you just have to keep doing it because it's just such a nice feeling. It's like flying without wings almost. Like it's just that
it's that addictive drug.
That addictive drug that maybe a lot of people want a taste of but don't know how to get there. And I just feel so blessed and privileged to have found a way to get there. And so I just want to keep being there. And I think that's where the crazy artist label comes from. Like, you know, because people don't understand why we're doing it or what we're doing and how we're doing it. And then it's really hard to explain as well. Like you can't just give someone instructions. Okay, you do this and then I felt this way and then I got there like this. You can't really give the instructions. You just kind of.
That's why. And I think that's why we all congregate. Artists and musicians and we all congregate.
We get it.
We get it. It was like Dali and
crazy.
Like Dali and Picasso and all those. They also used to hang out.
Yeah.
They just smoke a lot of weed. But they used to hang out. But you're right. You're right. And how do you explain to someone who isn't in that circle, you know, you just say to them, oh, I'm a musician or I'm an artist and then so where do you work? Or you're a musician. So what do you do for a living?
That's right.
I had that yesterday.
I'm a musician.
Yeah.
So what's your job? You know?
Yeah, what's your job?
Question. Yes.
How do you pay your mortgage?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, I'm a roof tiler. Oh, well, that's better. Yeah. I mean, look, it's something that not a lot of people understand, but I think a lot of people can, like everyone can be an artist, right? But everyone can be.
Yeah.
But I think it's all to do with the opening up of yourself and what you want to do and how you want to do it. Like you've chosen 2 avenues to, you know, open up your improvisation and your artistry in actual painting and music. So you can't get better than that.
No.
You know, it's like you've got two resources of you know, a high vibrating frequency where you're going into these
and poetry too. I do write.
Oh
poetry.
yes,
That's
of
3.
course.
Yeah.
Yes.
But what an experience to have. Like, you know, if you're immersed in it, I reckon if you're immersed in it, even for half an hour, it's gonna make your whole day so much more special.
It nourishes you, like feeds you, like it literally makes life better.
It does.
Like it makes your other mundane things that we all have to do. I mean, let's, you know, call a spade. We all have to do the boring stuff.
Yeah.
Like cleaning and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, but when you've lived that and you've had a taste of that, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, creative flow in your day, then you're just on a high, so everything else is easier.
And I find that I actually look forward to the next day of what I'm going to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like if I'm, like you said, I'm doing the mundane stuff and then the day sort of ends. I think about, all right, what am I going to do tomorrow?
Yes.
What am I going to play? Am I going to rehearse? I look forward to, you know, putting that thing together and saying, oh, all right, I'm going to pro-produce, I'm going to record or.
Yes. Ideas flow.
Yeah.
And
that's what you look forward to the next day.
That's right. Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. And I do find that when you're doing the mundane things, the ideas flow more as well.
Yeah.
So that it's like, because you've been practicing your creativity, it's almost like that creative energy wants to reward you. I don't know. It's really
you're
bizarre.
100%. No,
but when
I
you don't
understand,
when you don't do it, it's almost like it turns like colder shoulder to you, because it's like, well, you haven't paid attention to me, so I'm not going to give you any more ideas.
Yeah,
so
that's
true. So true.
Yeah,
that is, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
hit the nail on the head.
You've got to really
feed that and feed.
Yeah,
yourself.
it's like a relationship. It's like a partner almost. Like,
so true.
You know, if you don't give your partner that attention, well, they're eventually gonna, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Fizzle away.
Spot on.
So,
you're you know, I never really thought of it like that. It's a great way to think of it, because you gotta give it some sort of attention and also
some
appreciate
love.
it. Some love and it'll give you things back. I think
that's right.
And I think that is what we all do without even thinking about.
Yeah, but then it's also very scary, because, as you said before, like, you know, people ask, what's your real job? You know, like, how do you pay your mortgage and blah blah blah. That's a big fear for a lot of artists, because that the world we're living in at the moment, it doesn't support artists. It doesn't support art.
So true.
We're really fighting the system. Like, we're really fighting against the current societal norm, if you want to call it that. But
I think if we fight the fear,
yes,
and we get over the fear,
that's right,
then everything else comes.
It's like what Paulo Coelho says. I think his quote, you do what you love, the money will come, or something. I don't know. It's not the exact quote, maybe,
a lot of
but
people
something
say the
like
same.
that. Yeah. So you've just got to keep doing it and just keep trusting that it's gonna, turn into.
That's something that you need to get used to, or program yourself out of that normal.
Because it's so ingrained.
Yeah, it's so ingrained.
Our parents' generation, like, especially my family as migrants, you know, like, they came and they didn't have anything, or they didn't have much.
Same with my parents.
So it's like, you know, and then, you know, they had children, and I'm third generation now, because, you know, like, so my grandparents came. And, like, but it's still something we grew up with, like, that fear of, what if we don't have enough? What if we can't make ends meet? And even though they had it, like, they made them their money, and they bought their houses, and they had everything.
That's right.
Like, I didn't grow up, you know, like, I grew up with stuff, but it's still like the mentality hadn't fully changed.
Correct. And this is something that my wife and I are trying to change and instill that change into our kids, because this is where it's going to change.
Yeah.
I actually we both make an effort in changing that for our kids.
Yeah.
To say that, you know what, you want to do it, have a crack.
Yeah.
My dad did it.
Yeah.
Mum was a bit here and there, so there wasn't that agreement. You know, my dad was a full-time musician, so he was an artist. My mum was always that. She was always supportive, but she always looked at, but you know, you have to have this and have that. You know, make sure that the kids, or make sure that the bills are paid and this and that. But my dad was a bit, it'll get done, you know.
Yeah, he had more trust.
Yeah. He trusted himself. He didn't trust the system.
Right.
So, and this is where I'm sort of like taking that on. But my wife and I, we actually think the same. So it makes it even a bit more powerful.
That's wonderful. That's what I was saying before too.
Yeah.
Like, it's so nice how you've got both creatives coming together, and you kind of respect the creative process.
Yeah. And
it's really
the kids
nice.
are seeing that every day, and I think that's very important for them.
Yeah.
But in some cases you don't have that. So you need to break that mold. But that fear that we're getting fed every day, and this is why I don't watch anything on the TV. I don't watch TV.
Yes, we don't have a TV.
Yes,
we replaced it with a piano.
Even better.
A year ago, or a year and a half ago now.
Even better. Even better.
In our small little apartment, I'm like, something's got to go. It's the TV.
First thing out the door.
And a lot the most space.
And a lot more people are not they're not conforming to it. They're throwing their TVs out. They're not watching TV.
Yeah.
Don't need it.
They don't need it.
No.
That's right.
If they I actually had a friend over the other day. He goes, we don't watch TV either. The only thing we watch is Netflix, and if there's some interesting show or a good movie or something to laugh, and
Yeah.
which is fair enough. But then he goes, I have no idea what's going on in the world. I don't either. I know what's going on in the music world, but nothing apart from that. Or it's just, that's what makes it hard for us musicians. And this is where other musicians that I've talked to, they're having a hard time because yes, they need to work and they need to do this, which I was in the same. I was in the same position, but we made a decision with my wife to. We were blessed to have the opportunity to actually do this and live like this, and see how it all goes, where it all goes.
Yeah.
We can go back into the workforce, and then
Yeah.
to the normal workforce at any time. But we just wanted to see how things are going to go, and we're very happy at the moment.
Yeah.
So, and that's, you can't put a price on that.
No. Yeah. And I think before what you were saying, like as artists, I think I know like this is going to sound a bit cliche, but we are very sensitive.
Yeah, we are.
To like things like outside energies. So it's like we
Very
need
much
to
so.
we need to have that cocoon of protection. So like not like I find when I listen to too much of what's going on in the world, like Gaza and whatever else is happening at the moment, I like it just really puts like I'm just so
energy.
saddened.
Yeah,
like
lowers
it's
your
like,
energy as well.
but like more than like I don't want to say more than the average person, but it like really puts me down in the dumps.
It's the
Like
empath.
so I'm just like, well, I know it's going on, and I know the main points of what's going on, but I can't keep watching these reels, or I can't keep like reading about this every day, because then it kind of like deflates me to the point where I can't do my day-to-day stuff. So I'm like, I have to kind of protect my energy.
Oh, I totally get it. It's almost I've felt the same lately as well. You hear a bit too much, and then I feel a bit helpless. I'm like, what am I doing and then I start going down this.
And then I'm like, well, how can I do something about this? And then it's like, that's where the music comes in. So that's where the lyrics come in, like Tribe of Many Colors or Dancing Shoes. It's like
raising that collective
the
vibration.
frequency. Tipping it back the other way.
Yeah.
And you can't do everything on your own.
No.
Right? So this is where collaborations.
That's right. Meeting like-minded artists and collaborating is just so special.
And there's nothing better than that. And I think if everyone did this in the world, it'll be a much happier place. And it'll be that utopic sort of surround.
We've been saying it all these years.
Yes.
We're still saying it.
We're getting there.
It's like,
we're getting there. We're getting there.
I mean, one can hope.
Yes.
But I think also playing live and doing things out live and projecting that energy to people, I think makes a difference as well.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing live, you're at that energy, and you're giving it to the people,
that's
to the all 2-3 people that are in the audience.
This is, I think that's what I was saying the other time as well. Like we're living in a world where people care so much about physical things, materialistic things that they can actually see, but they don't realize that energy exchange is actually so valuable. Like when you have already produced that energy within yourself because you're doing what you love, and then you're giving that to your crowd, your audience. It's like such a gift.
And you can not only feel it, you can actually see it too.
Okay.
You can see it because you can see that person on stage
glowing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or even if you're if you're talking with someone and you've got this really good sense of energy, you can actually see it. You can see it in the expression in the eyes, and you can feel it.
That's very, very true.
And that's where you think, I want to be with this person a bit more.
That's right.
And that's where those connections lie. And often for us, it's other musicians or other artists.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's all about trying to put that square shape in a round hole in everyday life. So you're trying to be something that, and you're trying to live it in this matrix of a world that we have. So and it can be tough. It can give you that roller coaster.
Yes.
And that's when you go and
that's when you got to congregate with your people.
Or create.
Or create. Yes, that's right.
Aylin, do you have any projects coming up? Do you have anything coming up?
In terms of music, so I'm currently planning a Turkish classical concert. So hopefully that should happen in the next few months.
Yep. Fantastic.
So that's exciting. And then I will be having my usual. So I had a gig just on Valentine's Day with my originals, and then some covers and like some blues covers and some Turkish covers as well, mixed in there. So I'll be having another one of those coming up soon as well.
You have to let us know.
Yeah,
we'll come and watch.
Definitely.
Let us know.
Well, I might need you to come and play.
Oh, definitely. It'll be my pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Yeah, awesome.
Now you've released your latest single.
Yes.
Tell us where we can find it. Tribe of Many Colors.
So there's So I released Dancing Shoes late last year. I think it was October or November. I can't remember. And then Tribe of Many Colors on April 15th. Sorry, that just passed. And then I've got another one coming up. So we're basically, because we've got a backlog of songs, we're just going to keep releasing
monthly?
Once a month.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
I tried to do that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It worked for a bit.
It works for a bit. It works for 2 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm saying the second half of this year, I'm working on things now. It's just that, you know, when you have that
backlog.
extra, the backlog, and you got extra things, then you can release them a bit more.
Yes.
If you're working from month to month, I find that a bit hard.
Okay.
But if you've already worked on stuff and
it's
you're
all ready
ready
to go.
well then that's the
great.
best position
It just
to be
needs
in.
like tweaking, you know, mastering and mixing and like,
but that's,
you know, a few things like that. But that's
you got the piece there.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the hard bit.
We've got enough to release for about 1.5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Man, that's the position I want to be in.
Yeah.
That's the position I want to be in.
So that's really exciting, actually.
Fantastic.
I'm really excited to do that. So yeah, on Spotify, on any music platform,
All the
pretty much
streaming and
Yes.
We can put some links in the.
We will put all the links. Yeah, we
So,
will.
Yeah, just have a listen and provide me with feedback. You loved it, you hated it, whatever. I'd love to hear. You know, did it pick you up? Did it achieve what I wanted it to achieve, which was to put you in a good mood? Like, yeah, give me all.
It did
of the
actually,
feedback.
and it did. I think that's the thing with your music. It is uplifting, you know, and I think the production actually suits what you're singing as well, which is very important.
Of course.
And if that's what your, you know, is if that's what your goal is and what your expectation is, well, then you've nailed it. So congratulations.
Thank you. It's really nice.
Well done.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, definitely. I second that.
Yeah. Well, before we leave, because I always forget about this.
Yes, we'd like to thank our sponsors, the wonderful Cake Eclipse, for these gorgeous cakes here.
I'm
Can't
being
wait to eat
spoiled
them.
second time round.
Yes.
And musicproservices.com for all your recording needs, producing, guitar lessons,
tuition,
you name it.
Mentorship if you want.
If you just want to chat.
You just want to chat.
Awesome.
Therapy session.
I'll be taking you up on that.
You know, just getting together.
If you want to feel enlightened.
Congregate, you know,
I'll just
go for a
call you and
coffee.
say, why is life so negative?
Yes,
and then you're just
and
like.
because we're not producing enough music.
Yeah, that's right.
Aylin, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure
us.
being here.
And we're going to have a
really
bit of a
love
jam.
our combos.
We're going to have a bit of a jam.
Yes.
We're going to be playing Dancing Shoes.
Yay.
And stick around, stay tuned. Until next time, ciao.
Bye.
See all the flowers blooming and all the birds are chirping. Are you paying attention to the world that Mother Nature has bestowed? Did Mama ever tell you about the silver lining of every cloud in the sky? You just have to look up and see all the beauty that surrounds you is a gift. It's your choice to notice and appreciate it. Try and be all that you can be. Let your guide be love, your path joy. Now's the time Put on your dancing shoes, skip along to the tune that life plays. Feel alive and free. Let today be the day you start thinking and feeling with your heart. Recall dreams you once had. Begin to plan and implement. Make friends with all the animals. Beware that they are your best friends. Give them a smile as you walk by. Show them that you care. Always follow your calling, no matter where it leads. Don't waste another moment. Have yourself to please. Try and be all that you can be. Let your guide be love, your path joy. Now's the time. Put on your dancing shoes, skip along to the tune that life plays. Feel alive and free.
Nice.
The Strike A Chord podcast, presented to you by ValentinaFlamenco.com and AmlaMusic.com.